Bob Troia, Quantified Bob. One guy that's been in the game probably longer than I have. And there's not many of us. We met Dave Asprey's first conference.
I think we met like 12 years ago. I think he had like us in a bar in San Francisco or something, right?
Yeah.
And we were just like spent the weekend just learning about all these like new biohacks. And yeah,
It was like 20 of us. And now look at this whole industry. Crazy.
pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. You've been on the cutting edge for a long time, Bob. And here at the Longevity Conference, you're going to share with us 3 really, really powerful tips for prevention that are new on the market that can, you think about the first step of longevity is don't get hit by an iceberg. And when you go to a lot of the top longevity practices, before they start getting you into all this optimization stuff, it's like, hey, we got to make sure that there's no icebergs that we're going to run into. And so there's a lot of preventative technologies on the market. We can find things really, really early. So your first one, Bob, was Prenuvo. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Prenuvo, you're probably familiar with like traditional MRIs.
Yep.
You probably have an injury or something, go to like the hospital, and they put you in this like machine that's like a big chamber, like magnets that like you spin around and really noisy. Well, what they've done over the past few years are companies have been thinking of ways to take that data, because it's basically create a 3D model of your body, and you can slice through every layer.
Sure.
And be like, can we use this, and you combine it with AI and machine learning, all this to potentially predict and identify things that could be a problem either currently or even 5-10 years away.
Yep.
And so what Prenuvo is, they basically have built their own proprietary algorithms and things to take your MRI, you go do a full body, they've optimized that to make it faster, and then the results will show like all parts of your body from the standpoint of risk factors for like you might have like a small tumor somewhere, or you might have a lesion somewhere that might be okay right now, but keep an eye on that. You might want to retest that in a year. It's a preventative tool. I mean, it'll even do things like identify if you've had any brain aneurysms. Like you see like a 3D model, you spin your brain around, you can see if there's anything in there.
Yep.
And so it's for me, because I'm a data guy, I love technology, and I want to see stuff that can be used today. And for me, it's like something I just would do every year as part of my like annual, just like, temperature check of everything. Yeah.
Awesome. So it's another annual diagnostic in some senses that we can do, just like getting our regular blood work.
Exactly.
And that's been on my radar screen for a while, so I'm glad you mentioned it. Number 2, Cleerly scan.
Yeah, so you have something like Prenuvo, which is doing an MRI. It can't identify what's going on in your heart. It's like coronary. So you've heard of like calcium scores and those types of scans, and they're very valuable like to get done. But what Cleerly has done is they've taken that and added a bunch of features to it where they can actually identify different types of plaque. So you may have plaque in your arteries and things, but it might be hard plaque versus soft plaque. So typically, like the dangerous plaque is the soft plaque, things that can break off, potentially create a stroke or a heart attack. Yeah. And they provide a pretty comprehensive report. So they send you to another imaging clinic. They get the scan, you get it done there, and they interpret the data. And you typically work with your doctor to go over the results and see if then you just determine any kind of plan of action with it.
Early detection for cardiovascular issues.
Yes.
Plumbing issues.
Yes, exactly. And so that's why I feel like doing just the MRI gives you part of the picture, but you need that other piece. Yeah.
Awesome. And then the third one was the liver scan.
Yeah. So I just came across this actually just recently. There's now Diagnostics to do really insightful analysis of your liver. Kind of think of like an ultrasound, but it's like a next generation of kind of like an ultrasound is, and it can identify like just like fatty liver, other things that wouldn't even be picked up in a blood test.
Yep.
So it's an acute way of seeing what's going on. And what's nice is you might have your liver could be a little bit out of whack, and maybe it's just a detoxification thing, or maybe there is something you have to do a little bit more of a protocol around, but then you can retest it. And I guess they're going to be putting these devices in clinics, like longevity clinics, etc., where you take all these little pieces and you're getting a really great picture of your health, and almost like looking ahead 5-10 years.
Absolutely.
So for me, this is like pretty amazing. And being at a longevity event, that's kind of like, that's the stuff that really gets me excited. Yeah.
If you're recommending it, Bob, I know it's vetted and I know it's top shelf. So thanks for sharing that with us. And how do people find Bob?
So you can find me on all the socials at just Quantified Bob, or go to quantifiedbob.com. That's my blog. That's where I share more of the long form, sort of like my N of 1 self-experimentation stuff.
Yeah. Right on, man. Good to see you again.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks.
Dave.